All the news, weather, and sports you need, interesting interviews, and friendly conversation from two guys that go together like Scooby and Shaggy, Mike Will and Tyson Havronic.
Well, good morning, everyone. Welcome to another edition of Huddle Up here on Extreme Sports, and welcome to a Wednesday, the 4th day of February for 2026. Ready to get going here. Mike Will, Tyson Havronic, ready to start your day the right way with all the news, weather, and sports that you need to get out the door here this morning. Got some college hoops coming up tonight. The Nebraska women on the road playing at 8th-ranked Michigan tonight. Ball game that gets underway at 6 o'clock in Ann Arbor. Hastings College basketball teams are going to be at home tonight to play Midland for the second time this season. Had some good high school basketball last night, including a game involving Adams Central and Hastings St. Cecilia. We'll give you the winners from last night. A lot of other high school hoops going on throughout the area last night. So all that and more is coming up for you as you wake up and get going here this morning. Welcome in Tyson Havronic from the Western Studios. Good morning, my man.
And a good morning, Michael Will. Get your little camera flapper down on the...
Oh, yeah.
You flip that up. We could kind of see you here this morning.
Yeah, I thought I would play Tyson Havronic and flip my flapper down.
No, that's just when, like, you have sports and stuff.
Yeah, I had my flapper down to begin the day. That's not good. Now my flapper is up. Yeah, see, now my flapper is up.
There you go. Now we see your lovely face here at 7 o'clock. Yeah, no, I only do that when there's like long, prolonged breaks that I know I can take and get coffee and get my day started. Yeah.
So
a lot of work goes into the beautification of the face. You know how it is, being a guy. No, good morning. Welcome to a Wednesday here. You mentioned the Husker women later on. But you had the big basketball game last night, a little cross-town action. Let's go ahead and dive into the day.
Yeah, the boys game won by Adams Central last night. They beat St. Cecilia 65-50. Cohen Rader had a big night, 4 3-pointers, finished with 26 points for the Patriots. St. Cecilia went toe-to-toe with Adams Central a lot of the night, maybe the turning point in the game. During a little stretch, bridging the third and fourth quarters, Adams Central went on an 11-0 run to kind of take control of the ball game, and St. Cecilia never really got back within a handful of points at the end. So Adams Central wins. Final margin of victory was 15 last night. In the girls' game, this one surprised me. Adams Central beat St. Cecilia in girls basketball 49-32. The Hawkettes had one of those nights. They had a miserable night shooting the ball. They hit only 21% of their field goals in the game, including 3 of 22 from long range. In fact, the Hawkettes went 1 of 14 from the field in the second quarter, including missing all 7 of their 3-point field goal attempts. They were outscored 14-4 in the second quarter. And Adams Central last night, I think, surprised St. Cecilia in girls basketball, 49-32. Elin Troush had a big night for the Patriots. She scored 21 points. Nathan Kreekak had 10 for the Hawkettes. Adams Central now 10-8 in the season. St. Cecilia 17-3. So all in all, a good night again. I love these crosstown rivalry games.
Yeah.
I know some of the coaches don't like playing in them and coaching in them, but I love these games. I think we ought to have more of them.
Oh, I totally agree. Abandon the classes and go ahead and play up. You know, the amount of times I remember from the football field perspective, we're growing up, it was C1 in my high school days, but we were chomping at the bit. We wanted to take on Class B Hastings High, and Tez was like, "No, I'm not going to schedule that game. We're never going to do that." We were anxiously looking forward to potentially going up against the Tigers. We wanted to go up against those guys, the guys that we've been playing ball with, whether it's football, basketball, baseball. You grow up playing City League with these guys, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh, we don't get to play half of those have those guys no more?
Yeah,
I love the city stuff.
I think we talked about it when Adams Central was playing Hastings High earlier this season. I think you and I talked about it on the show that
the triangular.
There ought to be a home and home series every year.
Yeah,
home and home series every year between those two teams, and likewise between Adams Central and St. Cecilia.
Yeah,
they ought to play a home and home series between those teams every year. But it is what it is, and we got the Adams Central St. Cecilia game out of the way now from last night. We'll have some more details on that coming up. In fact, we'll talk with both winning head coaches on the show here today, and Zach Foster and Evan Smith. That'll be in the second half of the show today. So we're heading to the wire in high school basketball. Just a few games remain for a lot of the teams, and we'll be into sub-district play here in a week or so. So that is coming up. I want to get to this. It's kind of news that's being reported, but not officially confirmed yet by the university. But Nebraska has reportedly made a move as far as the special teams coordinator is concerned for the football team. According to Sean Callahan and On3 Sports, Brett Maher has been named the special teams coordinator for the Huskers, and Nick Humphrey will be the co-special teams coordinator.
Wait, we need two of them.
The Maher-Humphrey duo will replace Mike Eckler, who left the Huskers to take a job with the USC. Of course, Maher is a former Nebraska place kicker. Went to high school in Kearney, went on to play
High.
Kearney High. Went on to play in the National Football League. He retired in 2023, joined the Huskers staff as kind of just helping out on the staff, and now he's going to be the special teams coordinator. Humphrey came with Eckler to Nebraska last season from Tennessee, so it's going to be a dual role, evidently, for the Nebraska football team as far as special teams is concerned. Brett Maher and Nick Humphrey expected to be named the co-special teams coordinators for the Nebraska football team.
Interesting.
Yeah, that is interesting.
I don't know why we need two special teams coordinators, but I'm not going to judge. Maybe there's an area that Humphreys has a little more advantage. Maybe Brett Maher specifically on place kickers and field goal kickers. He is a pretty damn good one. Had a nice long career at Dallas, if memory serves me correctly. And, welcome back. Go Big Red. Maybe
Humphreys got more coaching experience, so to speak, than maybe
Sure.
Maher. Maher, of course, the player. I don't think he has. Well, I know he doesn't. He came to Nebraska as kind of just a special assistant. So maybe Humphreys is going to help Maher along, coordinating special teams. He's got more coaching experience, but Maher obviously has probably been on the field a lot more than Nick Humphrey. So that's the latest news.
I got to figure out how I can get me one of these special assistant jobs that don't really have a title, that don't really coach anything, that show up for practices and show up for the games, get to go to the sideline, but don't really have any responsibilities.
Yeah, you get paid.
What are you, just a hype man?
Get paid, and hey, can you go out and show this guy how to kick? Maher.
Right?
So,
but these special assistants, and I told this story. I was watching the SEC documentary series that they got on Netflix, and called Any Given Saturday, and they're going down south, and Mississippi State, they have this special assistant. Literally, he's titled as special assistant, that he goes around and coach will look at him and he goes, hey, get these guys fired up, get the D-line fired up. So he's like the pump-up man. The coach goes, hey, chew that guy's ass out. He'll go chew his ass out.
That's all he had to do?
And that's all he has to do, and he gets paid. And I'm like, give me that job. Give me that job. Anywhere.
So, okay, that's the latest news out of Nebraska. Yeah. The New York Giants are hiring Matt Nagy to be their offensive coordinator.
That name sounds familiar.
Nagy, the offensive coordinator for the Chiefs for the past 3 seasons. So Nagy will move on. He'll now take over the Giants. Work with the Jackson Dart at quarterback. Anyway, John Harbaugh is now the coach for the Giants. He landed Nagy after his preferred choice, Todd Monken, was hired as the head coach of the Cleveland Browns. Monken had been Harbaugh's offensive coordinator with the Baltimore Ravens for the past 3 years. He was hoping to bring Monken along over on the New York Giants staff when he took the job there for New York, but Monken has got greener pastures. Well, maybe he does. Maybe he's got greener pastures. He's now the head coach of the Cleveland Browns.
OC Giants, head coach Cleveland Browns.
That's
I don't know. Potato, if I ever heard.
Yeah, I don't know if you're Monken. Yeah, you get the head coaching job, but with the Browns, or do you go with John Harbaugh to the Giants and play second fiddle? Just be the offensive coordinator. Well, Monken has chosen to be the head coach of the Browns. So
I do believe head coach pays a little better.
So Matt Nagy, the second choice, is going to be the offensive coordinator for the New York Giants. The Los Angeles, we don't talk a lot about the NBA on this show, but you
got to bring up James Harden.
Yeah, a major trade last night. The L.A. Clippers traded 11-time All-Star guard James Harden to the Cleveland Cavaliers last night for guard Darius Garland and a second-round pick. A lot of money involved here. Garland is in the third year of a 5-year, $197 million contract. Harden is making $39.3 million this season, with $13.8 million of his $49.2 million salary for next season guaranteed. So Harden is moving on to the Clippers. Darius Garland is moving from Cleveland to L.A. And coincidentally, the two teams play each other tonight. Garland actually traveled with Cleveland out to Los Angeles.
Funny how that works.
Both players will need to pass physicals before the trade is official.
They just walk on the other side of the court when both teams arrive at the arena tonight.
Yeah, go to the opposite locker room.
Just go to the opposite locker room.
Hey, nice seeing you guys. Great trip.
What is this, Harden's fifth NBA team?
Yeah.
In the last 6 years or something like that?
He's had stints with Oklahoma City, Houston, Brooklyn, and Philadelphia, plus the Los Angeles Clippers. Now he's moving on to Cleveland. Of course,
that was all before his legacy, or that's all after. Excuse me. He got his legacy in Houston. That's where he made the name for himself.
Obviously, he's at the tail end of his career.
Oh, well past the prime.
And he's just finishing things out. He can obviously help Cleveland, maybe make a run.
No.
That's why Harden wants to maybe do this, maybe make a run at the NBA championship with Cleveland. Over the past 24 hours since this trade kind of materialized, the Cavaliers' odds to win the NBA championship moved from 22-1 to 12-1.
I don't like it.
At DraftKings Sportsbook. Unbelievable. After the trade was reported on Tuesday, the Cavs leaped the Boston Celtics, the San Antonio Spurs, and the Detroit Pistons in the title odds hunt, and are now tied with the New York Knicks with the third shortest title odds behind the Denver Nuggets and the Oklahoma City Thunder. So anyway, Harden moving to Cleveland has definitely affected the betting odds to win the NBA championship, as the Cavaliers are now 12-1 to win the NBA championship.
Yo.
All right, another note here. Want to sneak in here. The Mountain West Conference. How we love talking about the Mountain West Conference. Well, on Tuesday, they announced a new 6-year media rights package with CBS Sports, Fox Sports, and the streaming platform Kiswe.
Say what?
It's a 5-year deal. They're also with the CW network. So Mountain West Sports will be available on a 6-year media rights deal with CBS Sports, Fox Sports,
CW,
the streaming platform Kiswe, which I've never heard of,
This is beautiful.
and a 5-year deal with the CW network.
Saturday night on the CW.
It's
Mountain West football, directly followed by Dawson's Creek and Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
The agreements begin in the 2026-2027 season. They provide broadcast, cable, and streaming for football, men's and women's basketball, and Olympic sports.
The only thing that can go from Animaniacs to Air Force. God,
I don't even know who's in that conference anymore. We always tend to talk about the Mountain West.
It's basically the Pac-2 with lipstick, right?
Yeah, they added that's the conference that's got all those states in it.
Texas State.
Yeah.
Colorado State.
Yeah, all those teams are out there.
Fresno State.
In the Mountain West.
Boise State.
If you want to watch them, it's a CBS Sports, Fox Sports, and the streaming platform Kiswe, and also the CW network.
We're going to need to investigate what is Kiswe today.
Yeah, why didn't they call Extreme Sports? Hell, we might have been interested
Jesus,
in that.
no kidding.
Mountain West Conference.
I think we're more popular than Kiswe.
Yeah, we might have been interested in maybe providing streaming services for the Mountain West.
No.
One other thing, the Winter Olympics. Winter Olympics begin Friday. That one slid right by me. That the Winter Olympics are this year. Mm-hmm. They're going to be in Italy. And the reason I bring this up is because American skier Lindsey Vonn,
this is wild,
is now confident that she can compete at the Winter Games beginning this week, despite a left knee injury that she sustained in a crash on the slopes 4 days ago. She said
ACL.
yesterday. Yeah, she said yesterday the damage to her left knee was a completely ruptured ACL, bone bruising, and also damage to the meniscus in her knee. So after 3 days of physical therapy and her doctor's advice, Vonn says she skied on Tuesday. Now, she crashed on the slopes last week and had to be taken down off of the hill, so to speak, and to receive the medical attention. She's going to try to compete in the Olympics with a knee injury, a completely ruptured ACL, a meniscus damage to her knee, and also bone bruising, but yet she's going to ski in the Olympics coming up here. Well, the opening ceremonies are Friday, so sometime after Friday she's going to be on the slopes competing in the Olympics.
Right. Well, I mean, and this is part of just the incredible comeback story to begin with. I mean, this is a skier who, in the last Winter Olympics, everybody had said this will be her last Winter Olympics, and there was so much emotion that was being poured in, and now she has her comeback tour. She qualifies to go to the Winter Olympics, and then in a race for training ends up crashing and having that knee injury. The want and the desire and what it means to these athletes to be an Olympian, and knowing that you're not going to get another opportunity in 4 years to do this. And this is the last ride. This is the last downhill run. And one knee be damned. We're going to do it for country, and we're going to do it for myself and the red, white, and blue, and an opportunity to compete. And that's what it means to these athletes that don't get to play in front of television sets every single night, that aren't in the NBA, MLB, NHL. These Olympians, man, they're like, you train for that long and train that hard to come back in this sport. You're not going to let that injury derail you. You're going to give it a go. And I mean, I'm nervous for her. I'll be honest with you. I think that the one event that's going to have the most eyeballs on it and the most attention is Lindsey Vonn, and you hope that that knee holds up on that downhill run. But I'm horrified for her. Just nervous. But I read that story yesterday, and I couldn't tell you that I'd do it any differently. If obviously roles were reversed and I had any sort of athleticism whatsoever or could ski, but I would put myself in those same shoes, and I would say, you know what, I'd do it on a busted knee too.
Well, you got to go for it. I'm with you. You got to go for it. So anyway, that's the Olympics, and again, the Olympics get underway on the opening ceremonies on Friday. Is that something that you would watch? You're kind of a big sports fan. Are you a guy that would sit down and watch a couple of hours of the Olympics?
I like the whip around coverage. Obviously, I think in today's day and age, it's really difficult because of the time zone differences and social media, right? I think one of my biggest bitches about the Olympics is I want to watch the NBC provided 2 hours of coverage that just kind of whip around and hit all the events and the major highlights. But, now you have these streaming platforms where you can watch this live in the middle of the morning for hours upon hours. I'm not that committed, but I'll sit down and watch the 2 hour recap.
Yeah, I might catch a couple of hours here and there. It's better than watching. It's better than watching some of the stuff that my wife watches at night. And she might watch a little bit of the Winter Olympics. I guess winter versus summer. I am more of a winter type guy.
Same.
Yeah, I'll watch a few of the events in the Winter Olympics. Maybe not so much the Summer Olympics.
Yeah, there's some differences, obviously. I'm not going to sit and watch figure skating. I don't want to watch ice dancing. That's not a sport that I'll watch. However,
the bobsleds. I like the bobsleds.
I love bobsled, the luge, the skeleton.
And now I might watch skiing with Lindsey Vonn. I'll watch that.
Yeah, downhill. The downhill is exciting. I'd watch that. Curling, I think, is a wonderful Olympic sport that never gets enough love. And I love the ski jumping.
Yeah,
when they jump off the side of the mountain and they have absolutely no parachute or anything other than skis to land on, and I'm like, are you kidding me? This is the awesomest thing I've seen in a long time. I love ski jumping.
Yeah, I couldn't see me doing that either. None of those Olympic events you just mentioned, I couldn't see me doing. So if I couldn't see me doing it, I want to see somebody else. I want to see somebody else doing it.
You could throw the hammer in curling. That's just shuffleboard on ice.
Yeah, I've kind of seen curling. Don't know a whole lot about it.
You wouldn't have to be the sweeper. You could just shove the rock down the ice.
Yeah, then you got the sweep. Now,
sweep, 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 sweep.
Do you understand curling?
Yeah.
You throw this thing on the ice and then you sweep ahead of it.
Yep.
So
you could either sweep or not sweep. It depends on how much clean ice you want.
And what's the goal of the thing?
You want to get as many clusters of your rocks into the target zone. So the closer to the closer to the dead center that you can get, and then if you can get any rocks on the inside of the other people's rocks, but then you also set up defensively, so you create this wall, and you got to try to get your rock to go over and around, and then land inside the middle and pair up.
God, if I'm gonna watch curling, I need to do a little research.
You know who actually goes to the trials, the curling trials, and will watch, and is a big fan and knows the athletes. I know how the game works. I don't know any of the teams or athletes or pairs of players. Little E, Coach Williams is a curling fanatic.
Are you kidding me?
Yep, we've talked curling on the softball trips before. He knows more than I.
Maybe we gotta get him on the horn here,
right? Get a U.S. curling preview.
Yeah, we need to get Little E on the show and talk about curling.
Oh, I bet he would be a great source of information for U.S. curling. The Jen is a super fan.
As soon as we have a night that maybe highlights curling,
Right.
Maybe we'll get a little Leon to kind of describe how in the hell the Olympic sport works.
Yeah.
We'll see when curling comes up on the Olympic schedule. Maybe we'll get a little Lee on the show. He's been dying to get on this show anyway.
Right? Now we give him a window.
Yeah, we'll give him a reason to get on the show. We'll get a little Lee on the show to talk about curling.
We can talk about his pictures. Yep.
Yeah, then after we get done talking about curling, oh, by the way, how's
the pitching staff
softball doing?
Kill two birds with one stone. I like it.
College basketball last night.
Hoops.
Miami of Ohio.
Hawks.
They remain undefeated.
Beat Buffalo.
They beat Buffalo last night 73-71. Miami of Ohio is now 23-0 on the season. They're just one of two undefeated teams left now, isn't it? Arizona and Miami of Ohio, the only two undefeated teams left in college basketball.
You know how I know they beat Buffalo?
I saw at the end they survived a last-second field goal attempt by a player from Buffalo from the right wing. He had a good look at a three-pointer. It doinks off of the rim. And Miami of Ohio survives last night 73-71 over Buffalo. You didn't watch that game, did you?
Oh, I'll do you one better. I bet that game.
Are you kidding me?
I bet Buffalo.
What was the line?
4.5.
So you bet Buffalo?
Yep. 73-71 final.
Won the game.
Covers.
Good job, buddy.
I could only go so far. I missed Duke.
Duke win last night?
They did, but not by
Didn't
26.5.
Yeah, you never laid 26.5 points.
That was a mistake.
All right, but Miami of Ohio remains undefeated.
Woo-hoo.
Miami of Ohio and Arizona.
Yeah, teams. I mean, they're still not going to climb that high in the top 25. Their conference schedule does not lend them to saying, "Hey, look, we're undefeated. We should be ranked second." It's not going to happen. They're not going to play a strong enough schedule down the stretch.
Do they play a conference tournament?
Yeah, they have the MAC conference tournament.
All right,
it's one of the better ones.
So if Miami of Ohio wins the conference tournament and they're undefeated going into the NCAA tournament, what seed would Miami of Ohio be if they were undefeated, they won their conference tournament, but yet they play in the MAC? What seed would they get?
That's a great question.
Well, you're not going to put them. No, they're going to be they're not going to be a 1 or a 2.
Do you put them at a 5?
Do you put them as high as a 3?
Not as high as a 3. Maybe 4 max. I'm sorry. I know that sounds like a conference elitist being in the Big Ten.
That sounds cruel.
It sounds very smug. But it's supposed to.
Yeah, I don't think I agree with you.
I guess here's my flip side. I would say 3.
The far reaches.
I would push for 3 had they played anybody in their non-conference schedule that was worth a damn. But they didn't. Like, they ran through their non-conference schedule with such teams as, like, Teterboro University. I don't know if that even exists. I just made it up on the fly. Their non-conference schedule was far too weak for me to give them any higher than a 4. 4 would be my max.
Yeah, Russ is already chiming in. There's not a single Big Ten, ACC, or SEC team on the Miami of Ohio schedule.
Yep.
I'm with you. A 3 seed might be stretching it.
Yep.
A 4 seed might be stretching it just a skosh. Yeah, I think they're lucky to get a 5 seed.
Mm-hmm. Before we dive into our news break and then get into our coach conversations, I want to hit one thing really quick. Really good, by the way, if Nebraska sports are good. It's good for college sports. It's good for TV ratings. So good, in fact, that coming in at $1.37 million, Nebraska and Illinois this past Sunday was the most watched college basketball game ever on FS1.
Really?
FS1 giving their own data and saying that was the most watched basketball game on our network. Speaking of Fox Sports, they have came out with their bracketology rankings for this week. Where is Nebraska this week? If the season came to a kibosh, came to a complete halt, ended today, Nebraska would be a 3 seed taking on Portland State in the South Regional, where UConn would be the top seed. Features such teams as Arkansas, Houston, Louisville, Iowa, Tech, and A&M.
Wow, some heavy hitters.
Some heavy hitters.
But we take on Portland State in the first round?
We take on Portland State in the first round. And
I like our chances.
I do too. Interestingly enough, here's how this would set up, and obviously this is going to change. Like, we're not doing this hypothetical bracket.
No,
but how cool would it be if Nebraska and Arkansas met in the round of 32, if Arkansas was able to get a win over George Mason in this hypothetical bracket? Nebraska and Arkansas was the last time we were in the NCAA tournament. In the field of 64, we played Arkansas in the first round. We lost. How cool would it be if we got another rematch against Arkansas?
Wow.
Thank you.
That's ironic.
Isn't it ironic?
So we would have to beat Portland State, and Arkansas would have to beat George Mason in the opening round, and then we play in the next round? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. In this hypothetical scenario.
So, yeah, obviously these are going to change. But if the season ended today, Nebraska would be a number 3 seed.
Yep.
So, hell, I couldn't put Miami of Ohio as a
No.
number 3 seed.
Russ is still reading through their schedule. He said he's learning some new schools. Trinity, Illinois was one of the teams on Miami, Ohio's schedule.
We've spurred a lot of enthusiasm for Miami of Ohio basketball this morning. I mean, we've got people looking at their schedule.
Bro, it's the MAC.
God, you're a MAC guy.
It's MACtion. I love it.
So, anyway, those are some of the things we're discussing here today. 402-834-1330 is the Hamilton Telecommunications fan line. 402-834-1330. If you'd like to chime in on something we've talked about so far today or something on your mind, sports related or not, give us a call. Love to chat with you today. Leave us a message on our social media sites. We're monitoring those comments as well. So, Miami of Ohio, remaining undefeated, men's college basketball. 73-71 last night over Buffalo. Surviving a last-second field goal attempt by Buffalo to win their 23rd straight game.
They're due. They're due for a loss. They had an overtime game against Kent State. They had a 2-point game against Buffalo.
Borrowed water.
They're limping in.
I bet they're not undefeated when the tournament starts. They're going to lose. Well, here's another question before we get to the news break.
Yeah, go ahead.
Miami of Ohio is undefeated. I think they'll lose before the NCAA tournament.
I do too.
Well, Arizona, they're the nation's number 1 ranked team.
Yeah.
They look good. I've seen them a couple of times this season.
They look real good.
Will they lose before?
Yeah. Big 12, man. Like, there's a BYU in there. There's Houston in there. There's Kansas in there, I think, still.
You think Arizona will lose before the
point.
conference tournament?
Yep, I do. At some point.
Sometime during the regular season in the next 3 weeks, you think Arizona will lose?
I'm going to, go ahead and go out on a limb and say they'll drop a game before they go into the conference tournament.
Book it in.
And nobody has an undefeated season.
Bank it in. Lock it in.
I wouldn't say bank it. I'm just kind of playing the probability odds here. And the probability to have an undefeated season in college basketball anymore is
not very good.
It is not very good.
So, all right. All right, 7:34, waking up with Mike and Tyson. This is Extreme Sports, and this is Huddle Up.
It's time for a morning news update on Extreme Sports.
Well, the partial government shutdown is over after President Donald Trump and Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer reached an agreement to pull the full-year appropriations bill for the Department of Homeland Security and replace it with a 2-week stopgap measure. This is supposed to give leaders in Congress and the administration a bit of time to find a consensus on ICE. The impacts of ICE presence are being felt across the country with protests and multiple lawsuits here in our home state. The ACLU of Nebraska has filed federal lawsuits on behalf of those detained at the McCook ICE facility, alleging limited attorney-client access and due process violations. The suit highlights long delays in legal visits and virtual meetings, sometimes lasting days, and argue that detainees are being held without timely bond hearings or clear legal paths forward. Governor Jim Pillen continues to back the president's immigration enforcement efforts. The ICE debate is also impacting the upcoming election season. In Nebraska's U.S. Senate race, challenger Dan Osborne and incumbent Senator Pete Ricketts are clashing over immigration enforcement and federal funding. Both candidates have voiced support for stronger border security, but differ on recent ICE actions after fatal shootings in Minnesota. Osborne calling for an unbiased investigation into ICE, while Ricketts is continuing to back the funding for Immigration's Customs and Enforcement. It is coming up on 7:37. We will head over to the East Side Studios. Mike, what's going down in sports?
Well, the Nebraska women's basketball team will play at 8th-ranked Michigan tonight. Huskers are 16-6 on the season. They're 5-6 in the conference. The Wolverines are 19-3. They are 10-1 in the league. Tip-off will be at 6. Hastings College basketball teams will host Midland University tonight. The Bronco women are 16-7 in the season. They're 12-5 in the conference. The men are 5-18. They are 4-11 in the conference. This will be the second meeting of the season between the two teams. The Hastings College women beat Midland 108-54 back on December the 3rd in Fremont. The men lost to the Warriors 78-72. Women's game will be at 6 with the men to follow at 7:45. We'll have the action on Extreme Sports tonight, beginning with a pregame show at 5:45. High school basketball last night. Adams Central beat St. Cecilia 65-50. Cohen Rader had 4 3-pointers, finished with 26 points for the Pats. Aiden Schieffer scored 15 for the Blue Hawks. Adams Central went on an 11-0 second-half run to take control of the ball game. Adams Central now 13-6. St. Cecilia falls to 6-13. In the girls' game, Adams Central beat St. Cecilia 49-32. The Hawkettes hit only 21% of their field goals in the game, including 3 of 22 from long range. The Hawkettes went 1 of 14 from the field in the second quarter, including 0 of 7 from three-point territory. They were outscored 14-4 in the period. Elin Troush had 21 points for the Patriots. Nathan Krekak had 10 points for the Hawkettes. Adams Central now 10-8 on the season. St. Cecilia is 17-3. Other action last night, the Northwest girls beat Hastings High 49-33. Tigers are now 2-15. In the boys' game, Northwest beat Hastings High 62-46. The Tigers are now 1-15. Both teams will play host at Elkhorn on Saturday. To check in your sports headlines at 7:39 on Extreme Sports.
It's time for a morning weather update on Extreme Sports with Chief Meteorologist Tim Jones.
Wednesday is one more transition day before the warm weather comes into the picture on Thursday and stays around to the weekend. Hey everybody, Tim Jones, Nebraska Weather TV. Just a slight chance of a little wintry mix this morning. Other than that, a high of 40 degrees. Little breezy, we'll have a north-northwest wind at 5 to 15 miles per hour with gusts into the mid-20s. Overnight tonight, partly cloudy, a low of 24, 61 and sunny on Thursday, 54 and sunny Friday, and 50s into the weekend.
North winds this morning at 7 miles per hour. It's cloudy. It's 28 in Hastings at Extreme Sports.
Hi guys, this is Justin Consrick with Adam Marshall Land and Auction. Just want to talk to you about how we do things. I talk to farmers every day. A lot of guys just want a simple, honest way to sell equipment. That's why I work with Adam Marshall Land and Auction. We know the equipment, we know the buyers. We run real auctions with no buyer's fees, which brings in more bidders and stronger results. From one machine to the full lineup, we handle marketing, the details, the sales start to finish. We're just real people with real auctions, real results. If you're thinking about auctioning equipment, reach out and give us a call at 308-991-5429.
I'm John Butler, funeral director and owner at Livingston Butler Volland Funeral Home and Cremation Center in Hastings.
And I'm Nikki Butler, the Advanced Funeral Planning Specialist. Whether you choose a traditional service, cremation, or a unique memorial service, our experienced staff is here to help guide you through every step. Visit us at lbvfh.com to learn more about our services and how we can support you.
Livingston Butler Volland Funeral Home and Cremation Center. We are here when your need is greatest.
Hamilton has been providing IT solutions for businesses across the state of Nebraska for more than 3 decades. We know that Nebraska businesses are a driving force of support for the communities in which we live and work. We keep them connected and protected by delivering cybersecurity, hosted phones, and managed IT. We are grateful to be part of our Nebraska communities and to support their technology needs.
More information at
NASCAR fans, it's time to put your race knowledge to the test. Welcome to the Extreme Sports Fantasy NASCAR League. Pick your drivers, score points every week, and climb the leaderboard as the season heats up. Create your own league to battle your friends or join the official Extreme Sports League and compete with fans everywhere. Want into the Extreme Sports League? Email info@x-streamsports.com. Ready to race? Sign up today at x-streamsports.com/fantasy.
All right, Mike Wills, Heinzen and Bronick with you. It's Huddle Up on Extreme Sports for this Wednesday. Couple of housekeeping notes here. People chiming in. Miami of Ohio is projected to be a number 10 or a number 11 seed, according to Dennis Rosno, who's checking in with us. So we had him we were talking 3, 4, or 5.
Well, you're talking if the season ended right now, you haven't gone through your conference tournament undefeated.
Yeah, but right now they're projected to be a number 10 or 11 seed.
That'll continue to climb if they continue to win ball games. But Ryan Martin on the Arizona hypothetical, he's got a potential roadblock for Arizona coming up on Monday night, an 8 p.m. showdown at Allen Fieldhouse. And
that would be a good game.
I'm going to pose this. I've seen this with Kansas a couple times, and we've definitely seen it with Nebraska. As we're playing teams out on the West Coast, if they come to the Central Standard Time Zone to play us, we're moving our start times so it's applicable for the Western Hemisphere to watch the games in the Western Time Zone, like at a decent hour. But nobody's moving games for us.
I think that's all TV stuff.
It just seems like the games that are playing in the Midwest are still adapting their time zones for the Western viewers.
Yeah,
but
that's all TV stuff.
That's just me bitching.
Right.
Anyways, 8 p.m. Monday.
All right. Good game between Kansas and Arizona. Good game last night. The Adams Central boys basketball team, they knocked off St. Cecilia last night, 65-50. Adams Central head coach Zach Foster joined me on the postgame following the contest last night. Coach, obviously, congratulations on the win. A good win for you tonight.
Yeah, we're really pleased. I mean, every team, every program has goals, and we always want to go 2-0 in the city. We didn't get that last year, and so I'm proud of our kids because at times we didn't really have our best early, and I thought when I got on them, our kids responded, and that's a sign of a locker room that's tight, that's connected. So I'm really proud of our kids how they responded to the adversity because I thought, especially in the first half and really throughout the game, St. Cecilia threw some punches. I mean, they played pretty well. They hit tough shots, and so I think athletes always have they're kids. Athletes have preconceived ideas of how things are supposed to go. And you just have to tell them, you have to go play every play. You have to go win every play against every opponent. Like, everywhere, people are practicing every day for 2 hours. Everybody's got good coaches. Like, everybody wants to win. And so you just have to go earn it and not have any idea how it's supposed to go.
18-8 after the first quarter. I think you guys came out of the locker room and hit your first 5 shots of the ball game. Kind of took control of the game and sent the tempo for this game off to a good start.
Yeah, definitely, and that was huge. They've been getting better, like we talked about. I still believe they're going to be in a district championship game. I think that in their district, I think they're the best team. I think they play the toughest schedule. So I think they're going to be in a situation where they're playing for a chance to go to Lincoln, and they're getting better all the time. All their kids are committed, and they got a couple guys put the ball in the basket. I mean, you got to tip your hat to Aiden. He made some tough shots tonight. I don't know what he ended up with, but I felt like a lot of them were pretty contested. Really good job by him. So, yeah.
Schiefer scoring 15 in the ball game. On the other side of things, Coach, Cohen Rader, 26 for you. Talk about his performance tonight.
We're just really proud of Cohen. I mean, if you follow us at all, you know, like he's been sick pretty bad. Last week he missed a game, which takes a lot for a high school kid to miss a game. And then he played against Lakeview, and he's probably 50%, and he got through Saturday. And even today he's not still 100%. That flu stuff that's been going around is pretty tough. And he's just been he got a gratitude in the locker room, and we just talked about how mature he's been. Because I got on him a couple times today, and I just thought he's really been mature. He's usually as an athlete, I think sophomore to junior year, you see a big jump in physical maturity, but also mental maturity. And I just think he's really had a mature approach to his game. He's been very coachable all year, and we're really grateful he's in our locker room.
St. Cecilia made a run. You talked about St. Cecilia punching in this ball game. They made a punch in the third quarter, got the ball game down to 4 points a couple of times, and you guys went on a 11-0 run to kind of span the third and fourth quarters to take control of the ball game. But St. Cecilia makes a run there in the third.
Yeah, I mean, again, that's one of the best small school programs in the state in my 26 years of coaching, and there's a lot of pride. I mean, some places the jersey doesn't mean anything, but at St., the jersey means something. Like that means a lot to those kids and everybody that goes to school there and their alumni, and you could see the pride those people play with. So you tip your hat. I mean, that's something I think if you're a sports person, you just respect the heck out of that when you see a group of people that love their school and their jerseys as much as those guys do.
You shoot 52% for the ball game tonight, including 7 3-pointers. What did you like about the offensive attack tonight?
When I got out of our kids' way, I thought we were pretty good. There were some times I needed to shut my mouth and just let them play. And I think some of the mistakes we made was on me, so I got to be better on some things and just let our kids play and trust them to make some things happen. But overall, I thought we shared it. I thought we got a lot of good shots, and we do have good players. And so if you continue to keep, knocking on wood, if you keep swinging the hammer, like eventually if you keep taking good shots, good things are going to happen. And I think that happened for us today.
So after a pretty good performance last week, you go 2-1 in the Central Conference tournament. You come back with a good performance tonight. Now you got a couple of days to kind of relax. I wouldn't say relax, but get off your feet a little bit and have a game next week.
Yeah, and we're, like you said, the sickness has been around. We're a little banged up in different spots. It'll be nice to have a couple of days where you can kind of get your health right, hopefully, and we have an annual bowling day. That's probably going to happen this week, so we'll go see. We got some bad bowlers, but there's a few good ones on the team. So we'll probably do that, kind of a team chemistry type day, which is always good this time of year because fatigue is a real thing. You get to February in a basketball season, these kids have been a lot of practices, have been a lot of games, been in the bus a long time, and, a lot of times people who play the best at the end of the year are not just the best teams, are the ones that want to be there, and keeping them wanting to be there is a big deal. Well, that's thinking about their head and their mind as much as their bodies, and so we'll do some fun stuff the next couple of days, but we also know, like you said, Minden is a huge game next week. That's a good basketball team, improved. Coach Bloom does a good job. He was here tonight, so he's going to be well scouted with us. And then, Alma's probably going to be 21-1, probably top 2 or 3 in C2. That's going to be a heck of a challenge for us. And then you go back to the final with Kearney Catholic, and then we'll see where we're at in districts, and it's going to be here before you know it. So, yeah, thinking of their whole body, mind, everything, trying to make sure we understand the chance we have, because I think we have a good basketball team, and I think we do have a chance to reach some of our goals at the end, but that's why you're grateful for every day.
God, tell me about bowling night, Coach. I'm all over this. Who's the number one bowler on this bowling team?
Well, it was Isaac Ablett was tremendous, but he's not with us this year. He decided he wasn't going to play, but he was our best bowler last year. I know some guys that are bad. I'm not going to say that on the radio. There was a lot of scores below 100. I'll put it that way. But we'll split it up in teams and just have fun with it and give some prizes and so forth. So
okay.
just do some fun stuff.
We'll see you next week.
All right, thank you.
As Zach Foster following the Patriots' victory over St. Cecilia last night. Again, Adams Central winning 65-50. Kind of a surprise, I think, in the girls' game. Adams Central handled St. Cecilia last night by a score of 49-32. And Patriot head coach Evan Smith joined me on the broadcast last night. Coach, obviously a big win for your club tonight. Played well, beating St. Cecilia.
Yeah, I was definitely proud of the way our girls played. We kind of got off to a good start, a little slow early, but then kind of got off to a good start. Was able to hit some, I think we were 10 for 10 in the first half free throw wise, and so that's always kind of a big deal. But girls just never let down. They just kind of kept going the whole game, and it was a great one.
It was 11-10. St. Cecilia had the lead after one quarter, but I'll tell you what, you owned the second quarter, outscoring St. Cecilia 14-4. Hawkins going 1 out of 14 from the field in the second quarter of play. Talk about the second period there.
Yeah, I thought we really kind of tightened down that zone defense for us, and the girls did a good job of forcing perimeter shots and limiting, for the most part, some second chance opportunities for them. And so, again, that was a big key to our victory tonight, is just making sure we got that first rebound. They did get a few offensive boards, but at the end of the day, our girls battled really well in the defensive end.
You talked about rebounds before the ball game. Adams Central, we had you guys out rebounding St. Cecilia tonight, 30-27. They did have 12 offensive rebounds tonight, but you guys were able to go toe-to-toe with one of the better teams around.
Yeah, they are a really good team, and again, these type of games, you kind of throw records out, and you just kind of come out and play ball. And like we said before, these girls know each other. They've played each other for years, and so who wants it more? And I thought tonight our girls kind of came out with a little bit of an edge, and that it starts with them in the locker room before the game. Just the mindset was right, I thought, coming into this one. And again, I just watching some more film today, I felt more and more confident on what we could do on the defensive end, and again, offensively, we were able to get to the rim really well tonight, more than I've seen a lot of teams do, and so just proud of the way our girls battled.
Well, what did you see on film today? What kind of struck you? What stood out?
I think it was just more so our guards have played in big games. A lot of these girls have played in a lot of tough games. Our conference is tough. We see teams that play really physical defense, and we were able to just it wasn't anything special. We didn't put anything crazy in offensively. It was just kind of what we do. And I think this team has embraced what they're really good at, and some things that, we share the ball well. Obviously, Elin was a little more confident tonight than most nights, and that was, she needed to be. That was what we needed from her, and it was fun to watch her. We weren't getting a ton of good looks from the perimeter, and so she had to kind of take over inside. And then we did get a couple kick-out threes that really changed kind of the landscape of the game for us.
Elin attacking the basket for the most part tonight, scores 21 points in the ball game. A big part of your offense tonight.
It was, and we had some officials tonight that called some stuff too, which, St. plays really good defense, and they're really good at not getting their hands caught inside. And so for us to get some foul calls early allowed us to maybe get to the rim a little bit more, because they weren't able to hand check as much as they normally do. And again, it was fun to watch our girls. You could just kind of feel that excitement build on the bench and on the floor, and that confidence just kind of kept radiating throughout the second half.
And that reminds me, we talk about the first quarter. It was a foul fest. I think we had 10 fouls called in the first 6 minutes of the ball game. Each team had 5 fouls in that first quarter. That was tough to watch and tough to play, wasn't it?
It was, and but I think they did a good job of kind of controlling the game from the get-go, because this one in the past has gotten, I wouldn't say chippy, but it's definitely physical, and they did a good job kind of manage that early. And these are some guys that don't normally officiate in this area, and so they don't know either one of us very well. And so that was good I think it was good. Obviously, it helped us out. We shot a bunch of free throws, but when you can manage a game like that, and again, allows the girls to play a little more free, and St. Cecilia were on the receiving end of some of those fouls too.
Adams Central going 17 out of 21 from the free throw line tonight, 10 out of 10 in the first half, and let's see, St. Cecilia was 9 out of 19 from the free throw line. So you guys outscoring by 8 from the line tonight, 17 out of 21. You'll take that
all day long. We'll take that all day long, Mike. If we can get to the line 21 times, and any day is good to you, but when we can shoot that, over 80%, that's pretty good.
What's this win do now? Maybe a kickstart for the tail end of the season here?
Yeah, I think, we talked about it right when we got in there at the end of the game is, this is what we've been expecting from this group. And, it's fun to see them just kind of maybe the light bulb clicked a little bit for them one more time. And, again, the schedule doesn't get any easier moving down here. Kearney Catholic's good, Minden's good, and then obviously Malcolm's the legit too. And we just got to come out and, again, do our thing. Try to minimize some teams that want it, what they want to do, and see what happens in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, you go back-to-back games now. You talked about how happy you were with the Columbus Lakeview win on Saturday. Now you come back with a big game against St. Jose and a pretty convincing win. You got to be feeling real good about this team right now.
We do, and you don't take it for granted, but you also got to understand that we can't have any letdowns now. This is the time when teams sometimes have a little bit of letdown going into another game, but we'll stay on the girls and make sure they're dialed in for Kearney Catholic and finish out our Catholic week.
All right, congratulations.
All right, Mike, thanks.
As Evan Smith, the girls basketball coach at Adams Central, also heard from Zach Foster, the head man for the Adams Central boys following their victories last night over Hastings St. Cecilia. You're waking up with Mike and Tyson. This is Huddle Up this morning on Extreme Sports, coming up in 7:56.
Hey, this is Mick from Miletta Vista Winery in St. Paul. Just a reminder, winter hours will be Saturdays, 11:30 to 9, January through February. That's just one day a week. But come in for lunch. Homemade soup specials on Saturdays. Stick around for the evening meals that start at 5. And while you're at it, stock up on your favorite wines. Workhorse, Elephant Ear, Steuben Tiger, and more are available at Miletta Vista and wherever great Nebraska wines are sold. Miletta Vista Winery, good wine, good food, no snow boots required, but we won't judge.
Connet Auto Care is the trusted name in automotive repair and maintenance services in Hastings. We're a gold-certified Napa Auto Care Center. Our ASE-certified technicians have the Blue Seal of Excellence, receive continuous training, and are committed to providing the best service your vehicle can get. Whether it's preventative maintenance, major repairs, or just an oil change, Connet Auto Care is here for you.
NASCAR fans, it's time to put your race knowledge to the test. Welcome to the Extreme Sports Fantasy NASCAR League. Pick your drivers, score points every week, and climb the leaderboard as the season heats up. Create your own league to battle your friends, or join the official Extreme Sports League and compete with fans everywhere. Want into the Extreme Sports League? Email info@x-streamsports.com. Ready to race? Sign up today at x-streamsports.com/fantasy.
All right, Mike Will and Tyson Avronic with you. It's Huddle Up, Extreme Sports for this Wednesday, the 4th day of February, 2026.
I want to go on a team bowling event for Adams Central. That sounds fun.
Yeah, it's been a long year, and they're heading into their tail end of the season. Of course, postseason right around the corner, so they don't have a game for a couple of days. They don't play again until next Tuesday, so get the team together and do a little bowling. Doesn't sound like there's a lot of bowlers on the Adams Central basketball team.
Yeah, just pick the 16-pound ball up and throw it as hard as you can down the lane, see what happens. That's what I do, man. Grab the heaviest ball you can lift and hurl her down the lane.
Coach says that there's a lot of scores under 100, so that's not very good.
Oh, yikes.
It's something that we can maybe compete in.
How could you...
Hell, I think I could bowl 100. Yeah, I think I could hit 100. If I went out there and threw a couple of balls to practice, I haven't bowled.
You got to have a practice game.
Yeah, I haven't bowled maybe for a couple of years.
Give me a practice 10 frames, and then I can probably hurl it.
I could probably break 100.
Yeah.
Just keep the ball between the two gutters. That's all you got to do.
Then you throw a ball, and drink a beer, and come back and throw another ball.
Probably not with the high school kids.
Well, not with the high school kids. I'm not saying we're going with the high school kids.
Yeah, but
saying if we had an extreme sports special event.
Oh, we talked about having that bowling team, remember? It got vetoed.
Oh, no.
No, I brought it up at one time because
I know.
We were discussing the Extreme Sports Bowling team.
And Marcus is like a 300 bowler.
Oh, yeah,
so
we have a ringer on the team.
we got a ringer.
We got a ringer, so it was going to be me and you.
Yep.
Marcus, Jimbo, and Gino.
I think that would have been a great team.
It got vetoed. I brought it up. Bookkeeper vetoed it. She didn't
Bowling
like.
season's so long.
Well, and what night are we going to do it?
Right?
What night can we join a league?
None.
And not interfere with what we got going. Mondays be about the only night. So it got vetoed. But I was looking forward to maybe having an Extreme Sports Bowling team. Something pissed me off yesterday.
Uh-oh.
Something pissed me off that I wanted to bring up on the show today.
Scratch it, get it off.
I was eating at a fast food restaurant yesterday.
Okay.
Gentleman walks in.
Fast food restaurant. Got it.
Gentleman walks in. He was talking on his damn cell phone.
Okay.
Not just talking on the cell phone.
Uh-huh.
But he had the speaker on.
Okay.
He goes up to the counter. He orders. He continues to talk. I assume it was his wife that he was talking to.
Sure.
He rattles on. He gets his order in. Continues to talk on his cell phone on speaker.
Mm-hmm.
Sits down. Gets his order. And he's still talking on his damn cell phone on speaker. I don't need to hear you talking to your wife. I assume it's your wife, talking about your day's activities.
Mm-hmm.
While I'm trying to throw down a taco. I thought that was the most annoying, irresponsible thing that anybody could do.
You know what I do? I'll just walk up next to him and I'll start having a conversation with his wife.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm that person. I'm like, hey, Jimmy's eating right now. Can you let him go for 5 minutes?
God.
Hey,
that
this
was annoying.
is Tyson. No, I don't know, Jimmy. I'm just another customer at this restaurant trying to enjoy myself. Like, I'll get up and I'll be vocal with the person they're talking to on speakerphone.
Really?
I don't care. Yeah.
God, that takes a lot of guts.
No, it doesn't.
This guy was a lot bigger than me.
Oh, well, size matters. Like, bigger, like, could put in headlock and...
Yeah.
You got to read the room first before you...
Yeah, I didn't want to...
mouth off like me.
I just ate my taco as fast as I could and got the hell out of there.
A lot of times I hang out with friends that could essentially get me out of stupid situations.
Yeah.
I'm the kind of friend that goes with the friend group, and I find the friend group, and I'm like, oh, I get a mouth off with this friend group because they got my back. Like,
yeah, I didn't want to create a ruckus inside the taco hut. So I just bit my tongue. I just bit my tongue. People talking on their cell phones at restaurants really perturbed me, but this guy, he had it on speakerphone.
Well, I sympathize. I mean, I have to have my phone on speakerphone. I can't hear out of the little ear.
Well, then say, I'll call you back when I get done eating.
Well, I understand that. Like, that's common phone etiquette.
Yeah,
but,
I'll call you back when I get done eating. When I get into my car, I'll call you back. Not sit there and have a 15, 20-minute conversation with your wife talking about your day's activities. I don't need to hear that.
Oh, they're probably not husband and wife then. They're probably like in that...
Maybe he's talking to somebody else's wife.
It could be that boyfriend and girlfriend thing, you know, where you have to like constantly talk to them.
This guy was
the
an
day.
older guy.
It's why I don't get into relationships, honestly. Anyways, also, it's 2026. What are you talking on the phone for and not sending a text message? What sort of crazy are you to be having a phone conversation today?
I talk on the phone.
Oh, I know you. But yeah, I don't.
All right. Well,
I
just want to get that off of my chest so I can begin my day today.
Glad you got rid of the
yeah, I can begin my
demon.
day now. So, anyway, we'll have basketball tonight. It'll be Hastings College and Midland from the Osborne Sports Complex, Lynn Farrell Arena. Women's game will be at 6 tonight, men at 7:45 on the air with the pregame show at 5:45 this afternoon. So we invite you to join us for basketball action tonight, Hastings College and Midland. If you'd like to listen to the show again, our interviews that we had with Zach Foster, Evan Smith, Adams Central basketball coaches, and anything else that we discussed on the show today. Download the podcast to one of our social media sites and listen to the show at your convenience throughout the day here today. Listen to it a couple of times if you want. Make plans to be here again tomorrow morning at 7 with Huddle Up here on Extreme Sports. Have yourself a great day.
You've been listening to Huddle Up on Extreme Sports, Central Nebraska's new home for sports. Join us every weekday morning from 7 until 8 on Extreme Sports.